I'm back.
Man, I just started the camera. That's better timing than you've ever had.
Yeah, well, anyways, your first topic is Mario Party on the 3DS.
Oh god, not those games.
Well, you could play them, or you could play Steel Diver Subwars.
Do Steel Diver Subwars.
You know what? I feel the sudden urge to play Mario Party Island Tour right about now.
Dang it.
So, Mario Party.
Mario had a party and I wasn't invited? Oh, come on.
It's just pure chaotic multiplayer fun when it's done right. Emphasis on when it's done right. Yeah, so after Mario Party 8 came out, the developer of the original Mario Party series, Hudson Soft, got absorbed into Konami. So they couldn't develop Mario Party anymore. So that left Nintendo with the developer ND Cube, who wouldn't find their footing with the series for some time. They would eventually kind of bounce back with Super Mario Party, and really do good with Mario Party Superstars. And I hope to God Super Mario Party Jamboree is good. But for a good while there, they force you to be in a car and not to be split up, making it just feel odd. But they didn't take this approach to the 3DS games. But that very much does not make them good. So there's 3 3DS Mario Parties: Island Tour, Star Rush, and the Top 100. And I'll be going over all 3 of them today. So first, Mario Party Island Tour. I bought this one 3 years ago, and I actually meant to buy Mario Golf. But for whatever reason, I bought this instead without thinking. I guess I don't know entirely why I bought this instead, but all I know is buying Mario Golf would have been a much better decision. I am very stupid. So you know how I said that there isn't a car, right? But that doesn't mean that we're playing traditionally here, oh no, because every board has different rules. Okay, great. Perilous Palace Path. First off, a maximum of 6 on the dice instead of 10? Okay, but like, why? I guess this is kind of rectified when you win a minigame, because you just get an extra dice block based on your standings. Okay, but again, like, why? This board is the closest to being more traditional, but it's more like the main board in Wii Party, where you just kind of have to get to the end of the board, instead of one that doesn't have a set end, which was perfectly fine and didn't need to be changed at all. Occasionally, you'll come across roadblocks that stop you from proceeding, but as long as you hit the right button or get the right number on the dice block, you should be fine. But this, for the most part, reminds me of Board Game Island from Wii Party, and I mean, that makes sense because they're the same developer, and this was one of their first Mario Parties. It's okay, but it doesn't compare to actual Mario Party in the slightest. If anything, it just reminds me of how much more fun it would be to boot up Mario Party 2 or something like that. Like, that way more than playing this mediocre shell of what's supposed to be a semi-normal board. Bonsai Bill's Mad Mountain. This one is super short, and you just gotta get to the end and hope you don't get hit by a Bonsai Bill. That's literally it. This is so short, and you get a minigame for more spaces to get to the end after 4 turns. That was so underwhelming. I am just appalled at how nothing this board is. Starcross Skyway. In this one, you collect stars.
So it's a normal board.
No, it's another one where you have to get to the end, but this time you collect mini stars that bear no resemblance to normal stars.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
If your disappointment is immeasurable, how do you think I feel playing it?
I thought you made it. Don't worry, we're gonna start talking about minigames.
The minigames
Bleep.
don't start on their own again. You just kind of have to get to a space that allows you to play a minigame for up to 3 stars, and also up to 6 stars later on, mostly depending on where you place. There are also what are known as mini stars, but with a Z at the beginning, probably pronounced mini stars. Why are they called that? I don't know, because I don't know. They just couldn't come up with a better name. They're mini stars except negative. Basically, it takes away stars instead of adding them. And if you get to the star platform first and you get them, it can be extremely annoying. Oh, also the star platform, which is where you obtain the stars. If you get to last when the turn order is decided, it can be really hard to get more stars, because they basically give you more stars depending on who's there first, which is really annoying. You can land on a space that rearranges the amount of stars you get, but again, it's really annoying. But there is some element of normal Mario Party here, even if it still is pretty different. Because, you know, you still have to do the same get to the end type shtick, but this time with mini stars. It's okay. It's still really boring though. Rocket Road. First off, it's galaxy themed and has you in a vehicle, not one big car, thank God, but still a vehicle, and you can collect motors to get a dice block, allowing you to go further. And you can get the opportunity to go really far depending on how many motors you get by either getting on a motor space or getting a couple motors on a minigame, which is also every 3 turns, like Bonsai Bill's Mad Mountain. And also, like Bonsai Bill's Mad Mountain, it is also very short. But there seems to be a little more effort put in here, even if it's just kind of a straight line. I would honestly rather play on this than Bonsai Bill's Mad Mountain, maybe only because of the galaxy theming. And yeah, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a factor. Kamek's Carpet Ride. We don't even have dice blocks at all. No, we have cards. Really not that big of a twist. There's cards that kind of work like dice blocks, where it's a number between either 1 through 3 or like other boards 1 through 6. Or it might be a card that precisely moves you one specific number if the card just has the number. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I might put some footage that shows this kind of. But yeah, you're on a magic carpet, and there's 2 parts of the board where you enter one of the 2 houses, so I guess that's cool or whatever. In one house, there's a Kamek space where Kamek does some crap, including telling a joke apparently. It's honestly way scarier than any of these other options. But yeah, most of these options are good, really, because these spaces don't tend to have consequences most of the time. It really lets everybody advance a couple spaces. In the other, there is 1 Kamek space, but the other special spaces just make you go back, and it's a much shorter distance than the other house. Yeah, this one has nothing to it. It's just the same crap with a couple different twists. And there's an unlockable board, Bowser's Peculiar Peak. Basically, the goal is to be as far back as possible, so Bowser doesn't, I don't know, like, kill you. I was so tired of playing this crappy game that I barely paid any attention to what was happening in this one. Bowser tried to screw with you a lot. That's really all I have to say about this, because this game continues to underdeliver and underwhelm, just this time with Bowser and intentionally rolling low numbers. Now, this last one I'll be discussing requires 3 to 4 players. Like, you can't do it with computers. You have to play this one with real people. And you may be asking, Drew, your friends are in the same room with you. Are you saying that you can't play with them? And yeah, fair point. What do you think they think about that idea?
How? There are 3 of us and 1 DS. No. If it's compatible with Pop-Tarts, I don't think I can party Mario.
So, YouTube footage it is. So, you have cards, and you race to the finish. Wow, what an engaging gimmick. Oh, joy. I watched this, and I am befuddled on why it requires at least 3 real people to play this. Because for one, nobody wants to play this crappy game anymore, and secondly, what exactly makes computer players lesser for this when it's basically just the same bullcrap, just a different board? I'm just gonna say it. These boards all suck. Quite possibly the worst board selection in any Mario Party, with its painful linearity. One thing I will give Mario Party 9 and 10 is that the boards being linear were a little less painful with the car, even if it wasn't that ideal. But here, using the regular Mario Party turn order makes everything so much more slow and way more painful. But the minigames? I mean, they're okay. They use the 3DS's features well enough. Stuff like the touchscreen and gyroscope lead to pretty good minigame ideas, but the microphone is used in a minigame that's only able to be played outside of the boards. Choicest voice. Basically, you replicate Mario characters' voices and you're judged by how good your impression is, or how not your impression is. Because a lot of the time, it legitimately does not matter if you replicate the voices well. It just kind of matters if the judges feel like being nice.
Okay, I got 2 votes.
It's very funny nonetheless, although this does not sell the game at all. It's a fun few-minute distraction. I return to it on occasion, but it's not one of the 3DS's killer apps because of it. And yeah, that's Mario Party Island Tour. It's just abysmal in most ways, just painfully boring to play. Now we move on to Mario Party Star Rush. Now, this game tried to be a lot. Rather than proper boards, there's more so just a few modes we can play. The main mode here is Toad Scramble, where we don't have the traditional format. Rather, we get to move in any direction, everyone also has to move at the same time. You can only play as Toad, which kinda sucks, but is okay, because we get to recruit different Mario characters, which you kinda play as, but they're randomized, and you have to beat bosses in a Mario Party game? Yeah, so far this game is throwing a lot of ideas at the wall. They're not the perfect Mario Party formula, but it's 10 times more ballsy than Mario Party Island Tour already. Whoever does the best at the boss fight will get a star, and yeah, I think this mode is actually a decent spin on the formula for a handheld console. Coin-a-thon. Basically, you play minigames, and however many coins you get in these minigames ensures how far you get in the race. It's okay. Balloon Bash. It's like Toad Scramble, but this time with balloons get stars. And you're not locked to playing as Toad or whatever ally you got. How do I say this? It's literally just worse Toad Scramble. I don't care for it. I don't have any more words. Stop expecting me to say more words. Rhythm Recital. It's a rhythm game with Mario songs. It's okay, but not all too engaging. Literally all it is just kind of pressing buttons at the right time. And regardless of what you pick, they really don't make sense with the original song. But I mean, again, it does make me feel something, whereas Mario Party Island Tour, misery. And there's a mode that's team-based, Mario Shuffle, but I don't care about it that much. You're moving cardboard cutouts of Mario characters in this one. I don't know, it's just kind of weird, and kind of more boring than actually fun. You're just kind of trying to get to the other side of the board. That's really all there is to it. I'm gonna be honest, grinding out the game to unlock these game modes individually, by the time I unlocked Mario Shuffle, was tiring. Like at first, I was kind of pleasantly surprised how actually fine Toad Shuffle was, and at least impressed that even if the execution wasn't always perfect in all of these game modes, there were still a lot more interesting ideas in Island Tour. But having to play these game modes over and over and over again was getting so repetitive, and I particularly played Toad Shuffle a lot to rank up, and it got really repetitive and really stale. All I'm saying is, the ranking up system is kinda dumb in my opinion. Boo's Block Party, it's a puzzle mode where you match numbers with each other in either a competition or with a score to beat. It's okay, but there are so many different alternatives to this on mobile nowadays that it's really just not worth it to play. Now the last mode, Challenge Tower. No, I'm not playing it. I got this far, okay? I'm not playing it. I'm not doing it. No. I quit. I'm gone. You want me to play more of this? No, I'm not playing anymore. Okay, so, watching YouTube footage it is. Again, you climb. There's strategy to it, I guess? I don't know. Just tower. Just tower. It's a tower. You climb. Tower. Yeah, Mario Party Star Rush throws a lot at the wall. Some good, some bad, but most just not significant. But at least it has more guts to actually try stuff than whatever Island Tour was. No. It's the devil himself.
Oh, I have him right here.
Nah, the other one.
Mario Party, the top 100. So this game came out nearly 20 years after the first Mario Party. And Mario Party has a long and rich history. But this is not the way to celebrate it. Because
It's just minigames. That's it. There's a couple extra modes, but besides that, it's basically
just mini-games. I mean, it's a lot more painless than Mario Party Island Tour, and a lot less grueling video production-wise than Star Rush, I will say that. But man, this is just lazy. I mean, these minigames are good, sure, but they're good in the context of being breaks between the boards, not just as their own separate thing. I think out of all the releases on the 3DS post-Switch, this is the most pointless. It was just something to release on the 3DS for the holidays that has the Mario name on it. That's it. It does the bare minimum. At least Mario Party Island Tour offers something, and Mario Party Star Rush tries to give variety. This is just minigames. Like nothing else of actual value. But you want to know a game that executes nearly the same idea but much better? Mario Party Superstars. It brings back old minigames, as well as old boards. Not just a minigame. And it not only just brings them back, but refines them and makes it the definitive modern Mario Party to play. This is the definitive modern Mario Party to not play. So, we're done. What has this whole journey taught me?
I think Nintendo should make a 4DS. That makes better Mario Party games, besides Superstar. Only because I wanted to know. Yeah. Glenny Ball.